Let's bring in a city representative. Eric Holmes joins us now from the City of Toronto, and we're going to talk about the specifics when it comes to the construction. Eric, good morning to you. Thanks for joining.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, listen, we know it's going to be a headache. Let's just put it out there. Drivers are not going to like it, but in the long run, this is what is, was voted on, right, to sort of get that in-between plan for this revitalization. So Steph ran us through a ton of alternate routes on what's going to happen. Can you run us through the timeline on how long it's going to take to demolish and to expect all of the detours?
Yeah, so you know what, change is difficult, right? You know, a lot of people have their routines when they're driving and commuting and that sort of thing. And what we're looking at here is a plan, like you said, that was approved back in 2016. It's part of the Gardiner realignment revitalization strategy. It's part of the Portland's flood mitigation strategy. And I don't want that part to get lost in this, because ultimately that's what we're going to be looking at is, you know, future climate resiliency improvements, future flood protection improvements, more opportunities for bike lanes and trails and that sort of thing. So, you know, in the short term, though, what we're looking at, you know, starting tonight, these ramps are going to come down. They're going to be permanently closed. So these are the ramps at the most eastern part of the Gardiner Expressway. We call them the Logan or the Carlaw ramps. Some people call them that. Those are going to come down every weekend from now until October. And what's going to happen then is during those weekends, Lakeshore Boulevard between Cherry Street and Carlaw Avenue is going to be closed on the weekends. Then Lakeshore is going to reopen during the weekdays. So it's going to be fully reopened. Once we get past the ramp demolition, so sometime in October, November, we are going to, we're going to have to restrict lanes on Lakeshore Boulevard. Mm-hmm. Our modeling, our traffic numbers show that most people travel eastbound from that area. That more so than westbound. So we're going to have 2 lanes open eastbound, 1 lane open westbound, and that's going to carry us through 2024, while other more bigger improvements can happen down below, which is going to bring us to that, like I said, that flood mitigation, that climate resiliency that we talked about.
Okay, there are a lot of details here. If anyone missed it, we will put that up on our website, citynews.ca. Eric, the target date for this to be complete, the whole project, 2024. Is that realistic to be looking to that, or can we expect some delay?
I mean, we have engineers and planners, and they do a lot of this work's been underway for quite some time. There's been years of work done with the local community, stakeholders, businesses, the contractor. So this is the date that's been provided based on the work that needs to be done and that's forecast. So obviously 2024 is the time frame we're aiming towards.
Eric, lastly for you, driving patterns. As we know, they've been very different over the last year and a half, and likely they're going to be changing over the next year. So could these closures potentially be tweaked? What's in the plans?
Yeah, you know what? We've got a great team. Our work zone coordination team, they're on it. They work closely with on construction sites like this. So they're constantly monitoring. We're going to have, throughout this process, we're going to have signal timing changes. We're going to have people who work at our traffic management center actively monitoring the traffic. We're going to have paid duty officers on the weekends. As the ramps are coming down, they're going to be around 24/7 on the weekends to help manage traffic, get people through pinch points. We're working with parking enforcement at the police to make sure that that no stopping and no parking bylaws are upheld on alternate routes. So we're talking about, Eastern and Carlaw and Parliament and those alternate routes that we think people are going to take when these ramps are closed, and then on weekends, especially when Lakeshore is closed during the construction.
All right, a lot to take in, and I guess we don't know what it's going to look like until we are actually in that traffic. And let's admit it, it's going to be a bit of a mess, but it's going to be some learning as well for everyone involved. Eric Holmes with the City of Toronto, appreciate you taking the time for us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And there's a lot more information on this at portlandsto.ca/construction if anybody wants to learn more.
Awesome.
Great animations, great plain language, really, really good information.
Good stuff. We'll tweet that one out there. Thank you.